Hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review. I am Davros and I am a Whovian, and today I am reviewing something out of the box. It's Doctor Who: The Curse of Fatal Death. So this is a comic relief special from 1999, which is a spoof. It's a parody of Doctor Who. So in this, it stars, for the most part, Rowan Atkinson as the Doctor, and basically the Master, played by Jonathan Pryce, is planning evil masterous deeds. And also along the way is sabotaging a whole ancient city, and the Daleks get in on the action as well. And at one point they communicate by farting, and then of course Rowan Atkinson's Doctor is killed and then regenerates into Richard E. Grant, who is the very handsome Doctor, or the quite handsome Doctor, and his time is short-lived, where he then regenerates into the shy Doctor, played by Jim Broadbent, and then his time is short-lived when he regenerates into the handsome Doctor, played by Hugh Grant, and then of course at the end he dies again, believing to be dead for good. And in honour of their enemies, the Master renounces evil, and so do the Daleks, till he regenerates into Joanna Lumley, the female Doctor. And of course Rowan Atkinson is meant to be the ninth, but like I say, it's not canon, this story. It is a spoof, it's a parody, so there is some comical moments in there. Now of course then Joanna Lumley's female Doctor gets off with the Master. And the companion, I can't remember the actress's name now, but she's been in quite a lot of stuff, absolutely fabulous. She even puts it accurately: "You're not the man I fell in love with." So, yeah, that is pretty much the whole plot to it, I think. So what did I like about this? Well, this was a spoof, but it was a fun spoof. I believe this aired on BBC, well no, it did air on BBC's Comic Relief Nights, Red Nose Day, on March 1999, and like I say, around that time I didn't really know much about Doctor Who. I weren't fully aware of Comic Relief either. In fact, Comic Relief 1999 is probably the first Red Nose Day I remember, because I went to school and we had the squeaky red noses, but I didn't watch the Red Nose Night thing because I was unaware of that. So yeah, I liked the comedy in this, how no one was taking it seriously. Everybody was having a laugh. They were having fun at the end of the day, and they parodied the show, but I also feel that they respected it too at the same time. Like I say, Rowan Atkinson was good as the Doctor. If Rowan Atkinson was ever given the role of the Doctor, I think that's what he'd be like a sarcastic, sort of laid-back, sort of Blackadder character of the Doctor. I also thought the companion was alright. She was okay. They actually had that whole romance thing where they're engaged and they're to get married, which is something that wasn't really around in Doctor Who at that time. Yeah, it was like a couple of years after the TV movie aired and the Doctor kissed a companion for the first time. So I guess they were sort of leaning on that. I also thought Richard E. Grant was great as the Doctor, and he actually went on to be in the show in the 2012 Christmas special as Dr. Simeon and the Great Intelligence in the Series 7 finale. So he was good, despite his little time in it. Along with Jim Broadbent, I feel like he had the least development playing the Doctor, because he was playing a shy character of the Doctor. And like I say, it was very short-lived. And then there was Hugh Grant, who was, again, meant to be the 12th body, and he was alright. Then I just liked it how because at that time, the whole thing of the Doctor regenerating into a woman people thought it was absurd, thinking, no, the Doctor shouldn't change sex, and I guess they decided, just for the hell of it, let's just wrap it up where we see the Doctor regenerate into a woman, just for comedic sake. But I feel that was all the foreshadowing of what was to come, because look where we are 23 years later. We have Jodie Whittaker playing the first female Doctor that's canon to the show. So basically, I think that was like a foreshadowing of what would happen one day. So all the Doctors were good in this. I also like that they got the Daleks in there. They seem to be played by no one we know other than they were the only ones that didn't have any changes or anything, but still were funny. There was a funny moment where the Doctor and the Master were communicating by breaking wind, which was also a funny moment. We also see another funny moment where the Doctor and the Master are squabbling over this ancient ruins, and the Master and they go back and forth in time and mess things around with each other. Then there's a bit where the Master joins the Daleks and he gets a plunger hand. Not only that, but 2 Dalek bumps there on his chest, which again look like boobs and is funny. There are a lot of adult jokes in this, a lot of adult humour too, because like I say, this aired on Comic Relief Night, maybe sometime after the Watershed, I'm assuming. I mean, I would probably say this is PG-13 rated, 12A. I also thought, the way the Doctor regenerated and died, like after Rowan Atkinson's regenerated into, Richard E. Grant, he died in comedic, cartoonish, humorous ways, which I was like, okay, so now they're just taking the piss out of the regenerations and wasting them all. So, yeah. But it also, I guess, begged the question at that time, what will happen when the Doctor runs out of, regenerations? Because this was like 10 years after the show's cancellation. And we, little did we know that 6 years later, though, the show would be revived. But, like I say, this one, it's not canon, it's a spoof, but a good spoof, as I said already. Everyone was having a laugh. At the end of the day, I think this was in good respect. It was all for a good cause, charity and that. Like, people donate money to the BBC for comic relief, and in return they would show us comedic sketches and stuff. But I mean, comic relief isn't about the comedy. It's about raising the money and helping those unfortunate. But this was, like I say, a good spoof parody. They had a Children in Need special 6 years before in '93. Dimensions in Time, which crossed over with the popular soap at the time, EastEnders, which I've reviewed before. So anyway, what am I going to rate this one, The Curse of Fatal Death? I will give the performances, I'll give the performances a 10, because like I say, they weren't being serious, but it was fun with them lot. The visuals were old school, but also sort of modern. I'll give the visual effects and that a 8. The writing, I'll give that an 8, and my personal, I think I'll give it a 9, because I genuinely did enjoy this one. I believe you can watch it on YouTube for free where it's all together, because I think this played out in 4 parts on the night, but you can watch it all together. It's about half an hour in total, I think. So yeah, have you seen this one? If you have, then let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I have been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Who review. So until next time, run for your life.